on, come on.
Come on, come on! Yeah! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Greetings, and prepare for the amazing. What you will see is great racing. They got skills from front to back. These lobbies are stacked, stacked, stacked. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we're all here to be entertained. These drivers go hard and not restrained. Cheer for your favorite, you will not regret the spectacle you watch. You will never forget, 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 forget. Come on, come on.
Hello and welcome to Signal 13 Multi-Class Series, GR3's GR4, and we're here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Hope everybody can hear me just fine and that the cars aren't too loud. I might be a little loud. I'll turn myself down a little bit. Maybe I'll turn those cars down a little bit. All right. Little car sound, little me sound. So it looks like we are in qualifying. I believe there's an out lap, 2 laps. And the GR3s go first. Then the GR4s. We're checking out SBR22's Ferrari here. JDM Snob is in the Acura NSX or Honda NSX. Going through turn 11. This little kink is 12. Heading down the back stretch, getting ready to hit 13, 14, and the Wall of Champions. Looks like Don P is out on the track as well. And he would be in a Renault. With yellow headlights. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the track. It's the newest track in GT7. And we just got it back there in December. So here we see him going through, I believe that was, he's on the front straight right now. One past the start finish into 1, 2, and 3. And under a little bridge to 4. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Coming up here. I'm thinking of the other one, 4 or 5. Then another little chute here. Clip those. Heavy braking. Nice little left right here. Little dirt. And here we come into another heavy braking zone. This one is, I think it's one of the tougher cars. I said we're waiting on one driver here, so no problem. So we're just kind of checking out the cars before we go live in the race, and my dog is trying to give me her Pop-Tart toy, and no, we can't play with the Pop-Tart toy. So I guess we have 13 cars at the moment. So there's Snafu in the Porsche, GDM in the NSX, Don P in the Renault, Castro in a Ferrari, Shredder. What is Shredder driving? A Porsche. And he's getting behind, or getting out of the way. Oh. So here's the track. We'll look at that again. Turn 1 is right after the start-finish line. Not much of a corner, just a little bend. Turn 2 and 3. Got to get a good run out of 3 down into 4, 5, which are pretty quick approaching after 3, and then a bend in 6, and then the 7, 8 are pretty quick long stretch into 9, 10. That one is difficult, easy to get a penalty through those. I believe that's where they are right at this moment. Then a straight stretch with a little bend, and then heavy braking into turn 11, which is the last final hairpin there. And then it's kind of a weird little kink, as you can see there. And then it's into the long casino straight there. And then that leads directly into 14, 15 and the Wall of Champions. And then a quick little squirt down to the start finish. And looks like we've got our last person just joined. Shredder trying to make it through that section. So here we are on this fast final. No, this isn't the... Here's the heavy braking, right, left. That one right there, that'll get a penalty. A lot of people will get those. Then we go straight. This corner is inconsequential. And then into the hairpin here. That's the corner where Kubica went flying off, and I thought he was unalived. But he made it. And did not make it to the next Formula One race for BMW, and that is when Sebastian Vettel ran his first race for him, and I was there for that Indy F1 race. So there's the Wall of Champions. Here we go through the front stretch to the start finish and turn 1, and here we come into turn 2. Quickly into turn 3, and that's the long wait. Little bend, then a little break around 50, around 75 actually, and then tap tap close to the wall. Cut this one real close so you can cut the wall close here, and then just past the 100 right there, clip that. And then clip this one, get it right at its full throttle through there. Pretty long straightaway. And then right when you get under the bridge, you brake. And then clip that one. Right there, GDM snob. See if he gets a penalty. Yep. You can hit the sausage curb, but do not straddle it. That'll get you a penalty. And then there's a little green tent there on the left. You brake right around there. And then into the hairpin here up into the casino corner here. They actually call this corner 12. And then we're back on board in the pits. Castro out here in the Ferrari. All right, looks like we do have 15 drivers, so everybody is in the lobby. Checking out Castro here. Interesting camera angles. And to go with the new track is the new Ferrari. Ooh, really close, getting squirrely there. Kick up a little dirt. Alright, so it looks like we're going to do a reset here. People are in their soft tires. Everybody should be on softs for the qualifying laps. GR3s should be the first ones out, I believe. All right. There's SBR out first. And then Matt here in second, J-Mac in third. So we got a couple of Porsches. And we got an Audi here, Iceman. Followed by Snow. And Castro and not Jim Shady in the Mercedes. Somebody going wide there or just getting out of the way. Iceman. The Iceman leaveth. So there we go. SBR. Trying to get a little dirt on those tires for traction. On the island here in Canada. So this should be his first flying lap as we finish off this back stretch here. People are getting a little spread out, as you can see on the map up in the top left right hand corner. All right, SBR is starting his first lap here. Into turn 1, into turn 2. Taking his time to get through 3. It's difficult to wait that out. Really gotta be patient. Making it through, getting close to the wall there. See if Matt, he got pretty close to it as well. Nicely done by these drivers. Got a Lambo here and P Snow. Coming into the chicane here. Accelerating out. This little small straight stretch. See if he can handle these sausage curbs. Brake onto the bridge. A little wide and missed that one. So let's get up here to the front. SBR in first one to take the checkered flag for, or at least the first time lap here. And coming into 13 and 14. Nailed that. Did not hit the wall. Accelerates out. And crosses the line, 137. And then Matt comes across the line in a 138. J Mac is coming across at a 138 as well. P Snow coming across with 140. Snafu jumping up to second place. Jim Shady coming up into second place. See what Castro can do here. And he's got a penalty, so this will not count. And Iceman. The Iceman finishes coming across in 7th place. Castro's in 8th because he's got a penalty, so that will not count. All right, let's see. My dog was eating something, so I had to dig it out of her mouth because she's a bad girl. All right, SBR is into the pits. So is Matt. Jim Shady tapping the wall from the looks of it. Snafu has jumped up to 3rd place. Jim Shady will take that away. Mr. Snow has gone offline there. All the drivers appear to be finished with their laps. Iceman's in. Comes Iceman across the line. And he's done. He's up 1 position into 7th. So we'll go over here to Forfan, who is in Aston Martin Group 4 car, getting ready to start his laps. If you look up there at the top, SBR has decided to start the race on hards from the looks of it. So Forfan there in 9. And then we'll look here at Don P in 10. Graybeard in the older Ferrari. Master Plumber rocking the Aston Martin. Ray Barago also in a Ferrari. Shredda in the Porsche. And JDM Snob in the NSX. And that'll finish it for all the GR4 cars. Get up here to Forfan, who's getting close to finishing his first flying lap from the looks of it. Sounds good. And in the hairpin, getting down into 1st gear, into 2nd. And this is also a daily race for the week in GR4 race cars as well. So if anybody has been practicing those, then they should be pretty competent with this track and well away from the champion's wall. Getting ready to take his first time lap. 146. Don P getting ready to come across. And Don P comes across with a 148.4. So a couple seconds back, here comes Graybeard. 149. Master Plumber coming across. with a 1:48.9, putting him up into third place for the division. Shredder coming across. Also, Ray Barago has taken the pole for this division. Old Graybeard JDM Snob has not posted a time yet, so we'll follow along, see where he ends up. Makes it through those complex of corners. Might be sniffing a little draft off that car ahead of him. Down into first, and for that last corner. Looks like we've got about coming across through the final chicane, well off the wall. And jumps up there to third. So Ray Brago getting ready to take the checkered flag again, see if he can improve his lap. And he did. So Ray is on the pole for that division. Orfan is in second for now. JDM Snob. Shredder looks like he is come through and jumped himself up into third place, bumping JDM Snob down to fourth. And looks like J-Mac. Oops, I've gone the wrong direction. Alright, there's JDM Snob. I think he's going to be the last one to finish here. Follow him through. Going wide in. Paddling through those gears. And getting ready to hit the brakes after this bridge and some buildings on the left. And sniff those sausages. Miss the wall and then come across. And he jumps himself up into third place for the GR4 class. So looks like we're done with all the qualifying. And we'll get ready for the race. The standings are right here. Castro is leading the GR3s, followed by Snafu, G Local, Loaded, Not Jim Shady, J-Mac, SBR22, Rotten Kraut, and Matt. And then we got Shredda in first place, Ray in second, JDM Snob third, Forfan in fourth, Don P fifth, Master Plumber sixth, and Graybeard in seventh. So that's where your series standings are at this moment. So looks like a little shakeup is going to happen for this race. And getting things ready for the race. From the looks of it, most everybody is starting on the soft tires. A couple of medium tires right now with our pole position GR4 car choosing medium tires. And looks like we've got Graybeard and Don P as well on mediums. So not sure how the tire wear will be for this race or fuel mileage. I don't think fuel was an issue in the last race, and this one will not be as flat out full throttle racing as the last race. So not worries with fuel, but maybe worries with tires. Somebody heading out on track. Jim Shady. Got himself a 3-second penalty for that pit lane infraction. Sorry for the hard P there. That's what she said. It says last lap, so maybe he had to go out here and do a lap so that they can finish the session. Mercedes sounds pretty good. I think I actually have the Hot Wheel that kind of has this paint scheme on it, or one similar to it. Final lap across the finish line. Checkered flag is waving. Got Castro out here. Trying to comply with the regulations going through there. Okay. So we got SBR on pole, Matt second, Not Jim Shady third, Snafu fourth, J-Mac fifth, Castro in sixth, Iceman seventh, P Snow in eighth. And then we've got Ray in first place, GR4, Forfan second, JDM Snob third, Shredda fourth, Graybeard fifth, Don P sixth, and Master Plumber in seventh. So those are your two classes. And now we're just waiting for the start of the race. 40 minutes. So 40 minutes and what were we talking? 1 minute and 40 some seconds. So probably 25 laps or so. Just a ballpark figure there for the race. And that should be starting soon. You look over there on the right, we've got all the drivers, their ratings. So we've got some A's, A pluses, and B's, C's, and E. So wide range of skill levels. All right, getting some good lucks and have funs, and so getting close to starting this thing. I do not believe there is any chance of rain or no chance of weather for the race, so it should be dry and sunny for the whole event, and getting ready to race start soon. So got my thumbs on the buttons to get the view spectate mode, spectate, replay, display options, got them all. And here we go. So we're getting close here. Let's get at the very back here, and that way we might be able to see anything that goes on in the front. Lights are out, and there we go. That Mercedes is making a big move to the front, way off the line, or way fast off the line. Little coming together there. Looks like, oh, we've got somebody off track. Snafu just spinning as he tried to power out of turn 2 and went into the wall. So he is well back. Hopefully he can start making it through those GR4s. SBR has made it back into the lead ahead of Jim Shady, ahead of Matt, who's right on Jim Shady's tail. J-Mac is in 4th. And we had, looks like we had a little hit the wall. That's what he did. And that threw him back quite a few spots. So that put not Jim Shady back out into the lead, but Matt is fighting back. Here comes Matt falling back in line. That Mercedes has some legs to it going down the front stretch. Got the first 5 here, nose to tail. Everybody stays out of the wall. Looks like J-Mac got a little run out. Here comes Iceman, and following Ray Barago, who is in first place for that division. Forfan is right behind him. Castro is out of order here. And then we go into Shredda, going a little wide. Snafu's making his way back through this crowd. JDM Snob is moving here. Graybeard kind of coming on his inside. And Master Plumber there coming through as well. I think we've got a little race here between JDM Snob and Graybeard. Looks like the Ferrari's not as good through the corners, but might have some straight line speed on him. Snafu trying to get through the GR4s to get back up to the GR3s. We'll see what's going on back up front. Jim Shady's got a little bit of a distance. Snow has moved all the way up into 2nd. Matt's in 3rd. J-Mac 4th. And SBR in 5th. Ice is coming up, so something happened. That Lamborghini has moved forward quite a bit. So J-Mac, SBR, and Iceman all fighting here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Castro is trying to catch him. Here comes Snafu. There's Matt. Matt was up towards the front. I'm not sure we'll... Oh, he had him an issue there going into the last corner and lost quite a few positions. So we'll get back up here to the front with not Jim Shady. Snafu back here in 7th. Matt is in 8th, so these two are fighting for position in their group. Ray Brago here in 1st place in GR4, followed by Forfan, and then Shredda's back there in 3rd. Don P 4th, getting challenged by JDM Snob. Graybeard has dropped off a little bit. There goes Don P. Oh, big slide by Don P. That'll give JDM Snob a little bit of a run. Can he make it happen? Is he going to break into this? Nope. Looks like Don P's car's got a little wide. JDM Snob's coming on the inside, but Don P got a better drive off that corner. Looks like that Renault's got some straight line speed. JDM Snob, looks like Graybeard and Master Plumber having a little battle back here at the back. And JDM Snob missed that final corner and straight lined it, so might be getting a penalty for that. Doesn't look like it though, so whatever. All right, Ray and Forfan fighting it out here for 9th and 10th. Looks like that Aston Martin is a little more stable than that Ferrari. He's definitely putting pressure on him for that 1st place in the GR4s. As they go down the front stretch. No, not quite there yet. Kind of the back stretch. Avoiding that sausage. Avoiding the wall. Barely. All right. And coming down through this straight section into this. Into the hairpin, safely through. Got a little better run into that corner. Got a little bit of distance between him and Forfan. Trying to break that slipstream. These two are definitely pulling away from the rest of the pack and the GR4s as they snake their way through the straight stretch there. Everybody safely through and no contact with the wall. All right, let's see what's going on with our leader, Jim Shady, still in the lead by 1.2 seconds. P Snow here in 2nd place. Iceman in 3rd. And Castro up to 4th. J-Mac in 5th. SBR is in 6th, right behind him. And then Snafu has come up. And Matt's right there. Sorry about that. And then, so we've got 12 seconds from 8th up to 1st. So they made their way back up towards the front pack. And then the next pack are all together pretty good too. These two, are they going to work together to get towards the front? Would probably be a good idea. SBR is pushing him. Got the 3 Ferraris together. Maybe they'll work together to get back to the front. He's got the 3 Ferraris and a half-second penalty for track infraction there. So 7th and 8th are the 2 Porsches. So they're following each other there. Jim Shady has been overtaken by Mr. Snow, and we just missed it. So I think he got him into turn 1. So Snow out in the lead, but Jim Shady is not going to let him get away. That Lamborghini's moving out though. And goes a little wide and then missed the corner. Jim Shady comes back around. Snow is fighting back and drops back in line as I go into the hairpin here. Snow is making a tighter line. Jim Shady got a good run out of it and maintains the lead. But Mr. Snow here will get the slipstream and possibly another run for the lead going into the final 13-14. Jim Shady covering up the inside. Good run off the corner. Can Snow get him into turn 1-2? He's right there. Gives it the little look-see, but doesn't make it. But all this fighting has brought Iceman up into the race. Oh no! So what happens here? Jim Shady's on the inside. And Snow caught him in the back. And then Iceman came running through. And that dropped Jim Shady all the way to 8th place. Iceman in the lead, Snow following him. Ooh, I thought Iceman was going to go around. Castro has caught up with these folks. And then we've got J-Mac, SBR, Matt, Snafu, and then Jim Shady. So he should be able to catch up. He definitely has the speed to do it. So let's see what's going back here in our GR4 class. We've got Ray still in the lead, followed by Forfan. And then we've got Shredder all by himself here. And JDM Snob and Don P are been battling it out for the whole time here. So Don P sticking close to JDM. And Graybeard here is just ahead of Master Plumber. Not sure. So they're at least a half a track away from the leader. And that's Iceman. We got Castro closing in on Snow. And then J-Mac right behind that. Snow might slow these folks down so that those 3 Ferraris will be back together again. So yeah, we've got a good race here going. Jim Shady is 4 seconds off the 7th place Snafu, so he's got some work to do to get back caught. Got 27 minutes to do it in. Iceman took advantage of that scrum there at the front. J-Mac here in 2nd place. It got around the Snow, so what happened there? Can we see it? So there's Snow Castro. Oh, not sure if he actually touched him, but that was some close driving. He dropped back, so maybe he felt that he did come in contact with him, so he let him have the spot back. So that puts J-Mac up into second. Iceman in first, J-Mac in second, SBR in third, Snow here in fourth, being challenged by Castro. A little slide and a little tap in the wall. And looks like we've got Matt, who has fought his way back into this group, and he's starting to scrap with these three. But yeah, Castro getting a run up on Snow. Snow cut that corner. Is he going to get a penalty for that? Did he get... It's a little penalty. Oh, I heard a smash back there. So Matt, we've got all those pretty tightly bunched there. J-Mac, SBR here in second place. He's got around J-Mac, but now he's got to have second penalty that he will have to serve in almost a lap around from this location. So fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh are all right here together. And don't rule out Jim Shady. If those guys keep fighting, he might get back up with them here shortly. So Iceman here in the lead. SBR with a half second penalty in second. And a little touch on the wall, allowing J-Mac to gain a little more ground on him. So when he does serve that penalty, he should most definitely get around him. So we'll watch when that happens. Mr. Snow going here a little wide, Matt going around, Castro going around. Did he have an issue? Well, let's get up here. We're getting ready to serve the penalty and see what happens. And here comes the line. He was able to stretch it out. Was it enough? It's going to put them side by side into this 13-14. Castro got it. SBR gets a little into the wall there. Matt makes it. Castro through. Snow through. Snafu through, and Snow has the penalty, so might be dropping back. Iceman up here keeping his nose clean. J-Mac in second, and third is SBR. Matt here in fourth. Castro up to fifth, and Snow up to back into sixth with a half second penalty, and Snafu right on his tail, and he might lose a position when they go into that penalty zone. Jim Shady is right there. So here we are with our first place GR4s. Sorry we haven't shown too much of them right now because there was so much going on up front. So we got Ray in first place, and then we got Forfan here in second, just served his penalty. Shredda back here in third, JDM Snob in fourth, Don P fifth, and we got Master Plumber here in 14th and Graybeard in 15th. So here we are back at the front. J-Mac, these three have kind of spread out a little bit. Matt has got some distance on Castro, who has some distance on Snow, who just served a penalty, and Snafu Ramon goes around. So we got Snafu up into 6th, Snow in 7th, and then we've got Jim Shady in 8th, just nibbling away at these two here, 6th and 7th. Snafu making a little wider line, Snow making it through, keeping it clean. So we're up here in the 4th place. Matt, Castro, Snow getting a little sideways there. Iceman closing in on the last position for the SR4s as he drifts it through that corner. So now we're going to start experiencing lap traffic now, so that should be interesting. Graybeard gets out of the way. These other 2 Ferraris should catch him in a straight line. And Snow is going to have to serve his penalty, and that'll get a little more breathing space to hit Snafu. And Jim Shady should gain a little bit here. Iceman has come into the pits. He has burned through a lot of fuel, so I guess fuel is going to be a thing for this race, as we have a bunch of people coming in. J-Mac and SBR and Matt stay out. Snow, Jim Shady, Iceman, Castro come in. But yeah, J-Mac and SBR and Matt. Matt seems to have the most fuel on board. Graybeard, is he getting in the way, or is he out of fuel? I think he was just getting out of the way. Is there something wrong? There, he's finally shifted gears. Something seems to be an issue there with Graybeard. Maybe he had equipment failure. So J-Mac is in 1st place, SBR in 2nd, and Matt in 3rd. They will all be getting ready to make their first pit stops as they go around Don P. And that will cycle them back. And he's definitely coming in. So is SBR. Matt is a good ways back, but I predict he will also be coming in. And here he comes, and straight into the pits. So we got SBR in the pit. And then here comes Iceman, who should be able to take over the lead. Nope. He is coming in to the pits. I thought he already pitted. Okay. Is he getting off the medium tires or something? I don't know. Change of tires. May as well throw in a gallon of gas or whatever. So he is coming out. On medium tires. All right, so J-Mac. So I guess we are some kind of mandatory yellow. I guess I should have gone on Discord and looked up something because I'm confused. I can do that now, right? So they're all kind of scooting around like it is a yellowified condition. So let's look in Discord. So series chat. Oh, okay. So we've got okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but here's the picker wheel for there you go. So fuel is times 8. So all right, so we've got these, like everybody is piled up here. Here comes the GR4s. Graybeard needs to probably just go around all of these guys. Since he's in last, he needs to just go around. In Durden we trust? I'm assuming they made arrangements for a mandatory yellow flag at some point in the race, and that's what we appear to be doing here. We did this in a race that I was in, and I was kind of in Graybeard's situation where I should have been waved around and not left in 15th in the middle of this pack. He should have just been released, go around and let him catch up to the back of the pack, because now he's a lap down to even his own GR4 group of cars. So we are slowly making it. This J Mac doing his best Max Verstappen start here. Or is he just going to keep him back here for the next 13 minutes? So we're getting ready to go through the final chicane here, so should be able to turn it loose here in a minute. Well, not a minute, hopefully just seconds. So we've got first place we can hear. So here he is. He's not on throttle. There's the start finish line. And Master Plumber is going around. Okay. So Master Plumber made it around. If he's going around, I think Graybeard needs to do it as well. Graybeard, go, 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 go. Are we racing? It seems to be we are racing. All right, well, there we go. So, J-Mac is in the lead. SBR is in second. Matt in third. We got Castro in fourth. We've got Iceman tapping the wall. And got Jim Shady. He's caught back up. Snafu Ramon. And P Snow here in eighth. Ray in the GR4. Well, we've got quite the scrum going on here between 6th, 7th, and 8th. And oh, we got all kinds of weirdness happening there. So Castro went in a little heavy there. And taking out quite a few. All right, so Matt got involved in that, and J-Mac has got a little bit of a lead here. Iceman has moved up into second. SBR in third. And then we've got Snafu and Snow here fighting it in for fourth and fifth place. Castro here in sixth. Ray Barongo in first place in GR4s. Don P is Don P is in second place for this division. So he has moved up. Shredda here in third. JDM Snob in fourth. Warfan in fifth, sixth. Jim Shady must have had a heck of an accident there. Master Plumber is fighting around. So that is all dysfunctional. So Iceman, here comes SBR and Snow. Snow's on the inside. Got the preferred line for the next corner. It's a drag race. Snafu's sniffing SBR's slipstream. Snow falls in line. Oh, when SBR hits the wall, that should give Snow a run on him. It's a run from and Snafu's coming up through two into turn one, here into turn two. But SBR will be on the inside for three. So Snow keeps the third position, fourth place SBR, and Snafu in fourth. Castro back here in sixth. Matt in seventh. And then we've got Ray in first place in this division. Shredda has taken over a position here. Something happened to Don P back there in the back, so that division is... So that's first place, Ray. And Shredda here in second. Then Forfan and Don P. And then we've got Jim Shady coming through. Forfan trying to come through with him. And I think he did a good job there, using the slipstream of that faster car to get around those two. So Forfan has gotten around Don P. And JDM Snob. JDM Snob gets into the back a little bit of Don P. Oh, he gets into the side of him. Show a little bit of patience here, fellas. JDM should be able to get around him when he serves that penalty. He's got the slipstream. Can he get it done in time? No. Don P gets into the chicane first. JDM close to the wall, but not hitting it. So J-Mac here in first place. Iceman is hot on his tail there. And then we've got a fight here for third. With Snow here in the third, Snafu fourth, and SBR in fifth. So he's got a little bit of a stretched lead there on Snafu. SBR getting a good run around and taking it to the Porsche. Porsche is pulling away, but we'll have the inner line here for the hairpin. Castro trying to make it through this crowd along with Matt. Not Jim Shady. There's JDM. Master Plumber, Graybeard, J-Mac. See, Matt here is in 7th place. Following Castro. Not Jim Shady's way back. So there's Ray. Finally, we've got him kind of grouped back together again. Ray in first place. Shredder in second. And then Forfan in 11th, which is what, third, fourth, JDM Snob, Don P 5th, Master Plumber here in 6th and 7th, Graybeard. J-Mac here in the lead. Iceman still following, trying to find a way around. And Snow here with the 3-second penalty, so that will be detrimental for his podium position here, because he is in 3rd place with 4 minutes left, so 3 laps. Snafu here in 4th place should have no problem taking that position back. SBR in 5th. He should make it around him as well. Matt, it's a good chance. He's going to lose 3 spots. Could be down 4 spots, so we'll have to see what happens when he serves that penalty. There he goes. He's serving it now. 1, 2. And then here comes the 3rd Porsche. He's not close enough to get it, but he is close enough to harass him for that position. So J-Mac here in 1st place. Iceman 2nd. Snafu 3rd. SBR in 4th. Snow 5th. Matt 6th. Castro 7th. Then we go down here to Jim Shady, who is coming into the pits. Putting on a new set of tires. The softs must not have been to his liking. So now we've got Ray here in 1st place in GR4. Shredder. And Jim Shady's kind of messing with my feng shui here. So there's Forfan in 3rd place in the division. JDM Snob here in 4th. Don P is on him, but he has a penalty, but so does GDM Snob, so that will cancel each other out. Master Plumber here in 14th, and Graybeard in 15th. J-Mac still in the lead. Iceman still in 2nd place. Snafu in 3rd. And we're losing daylight here. 2 minutes to go. Looks like these guys should have one more lap. This will be their final lap as J-Mac comes through. He will have 1 lap left or yeah, he might have to be the only one that does an additional lap. So he may go through, and then Iceman will come through, and it'll be race over for him. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Snafu here in third place, Don P or SBR in fourth, Snow in fifth, Castro in sixth, Matt seventh, not Jim Shady in eighth, then Ray here in first place, and GR4 is getting ready to definitely start his final lap. So Ray in first place and has been since the beginning. Shredda up to second, and then Forfan in third. He's going to have to make some moves to get that second place again. JDM Snob and Don P will be fighting it to the end. So let's get back up here to ninth place. So I don't think Ray has anything to worry about. Shredda's got a pretty good lead there on Forfan. Unless he makes a mistake, I don't think they're going to be able to. I don't think he'll catch him. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. J-Mac, 7 seconds. He is going to finish before the clock does. He finished. And then Iceman will follow him, so that will be for the position. So third place goes to Snafu, SBR in fourth, Snow fifth, Castro sixth, Matt in seventh, not Jim Shady will finish in eighth place. So we'll go here to the GR4 race. Well, this is the race lead right here, first and second place. J-Mac with a little bit of a lead as we go through just a couple more corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more corners or so. Heavy braking into this position. Oh, Iceman off the wall, but I don't think it slowed him down any. J-Mac holding on to that position, going defensive. Iceman around the outside, can't quite get it. He tried something and it did not pan out for him, so J-Mac half-second lead as they go down this straight stretch. Can Iceman use that slipstream to get close enough? Here we go. Can they stay off the champion's wall? They both do. J-Mac is going to be your winner. So J-Mac and Iceman come through. So we've got the race over. So it looks like we missed a few of those positions and then the thing timed out, so we could not delve into the rest of those battles. So maybe we need to extend that time frame for the end of the race. So let's look at the final results. J-Mac in first place, Iceman in second, Snafu third, SBR in fourth, Snow in fifth, Castro sixth, not Jim Shady in seventh. Then we start with the GR4s, Ray in first place, Shredda second, Forfan in third, JDM Snob fourth, Don P fifth, Master Plumber sixth, Graybeard in seventh, and then Matt was a lap down in last place for the GR3s. So that will finish it for this round. And we'll go ahead and save the replay just for giggles. There's quite a bit of contact in this race, so some of those might need to be reviewed at some point in time. I will get some clarification as far as, are we going to do yellow flags going forward for these other races? And that reminds me, the next race will be January 21st. Sardinia A will be the track. So that will be our next race. And I believe that is it. This track, much wider, much more wide open. Couple, 2 or 3 good places to pass. Several places to make mistakes. And everybody should be familiar with this racetrack and these drivers. So should be a pretty good race. But what we will do now then is we'll go ahead and end the stream. Thanks for watching, and we will see you at the next one. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the show. The stream is over, I got to go. Now is not the time to be sad. I'll be back, there's more streaming to be had. Fast Ginger will bring the best with an entertainment fest where friends are made and good times never fade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, you can even get notified.